Hello everyone, this is the first video in a series for anyone who wants to learn programming from scratch, especially those with no previous programming experience or technical background. I have to say that, from my experience, the best way to learn something new, especially in technology, is to learn by building something. Instead of studying programming without a clear purpose, start by asking yourself, what do I want to create? Then learn the skills you need as you build it, one step at a time. That is exactly what we are going to do in this series. We will take our first steps in Python by building a very simple chatbot together. You do not need any previous experience. I will explain everything as we go. Now, before we begin, let me explain what a chatbot is for anyone who may not know. A chatbot is simply a computer program that can have a conversation with you. You type something, the chatbot reads it, and then it gives you a response. It may seem like you are having a conversation with a real person. And yes, this is the same basic idea behind ChatGPT, Gemini, or whatever AI chat tool you use. But here is a common misconception. Not all chatbots are powered by advanced AI. A simple chatbot does not really think or understand language the way ChatGPT does. Instead, it follows a set of instructions written by a programmer. In fact, one of the earliest and most famous chatbots was called Eliza. It was created in the 1960s. Eliza was not powered by modern artificial intelligence. It mainly searched the user's message for certain words or sentence patterns and then used a collection of rules to create a response. For example, if someone typed, "I feel sad," Eliza might reply, "Why do you feel sad?" That response may sound intelligent, but Eliza did not truly understand sadness. It simply found part of the user's sentence and followed a rule written by its programmer. I will leave a link in the description so you can try a version of Eliza yourself. And that is the type of chatbot we are going to build in this series. It will be simple. It will not be another ChatGPT, but by building it ourselves, we will understand some of the most important ideas in programming. So now that we know what we are building, let's see what we need to get started. Well, for now, all you need is a web browser and a Google account. Yep, that's all you need. But what about all those people saying that you have to install this program, download that program, and configure all sorts of complicated things? Well, we do not need any of that for now. All you need is your good old computer, or even your phone, with a working web browser and a Google account. Nothing more. So where are we going to write our code? We are going to use something called Google Colab. This is where we will program our chatbot. To open it, first open your web browser. Now click the long address box at the top of the browser and type colab.research.google.com. Then press the Enter key on your keyboard. You may be asked to sign in with your Google account. If that happens, just follow the instructions on the screen. Once Google Colab opens, look for a button called New Notebook and click it. A new page will open, and this page is called a notebook. Now that we have opened our notebook, let's give it a proper name. Look at the upper left corner of the screen. You will probably see a name similar to untitled0.ipnb. Click that name, delete it, and type My First Chatbot. Then press Enter. You may have noticed the strange ending, .ipnb. This simply means that this is a notebook file. You do not need to memorize it or worry about it for now. Google Colab will normally save the notebook automatically to your Google Drive, so you do not have to keep pressing a Save button every few minutes. Okay, now our notebook has a name. Let's look at the main area where we are going to write our first instruction. In the middle of the page, you should see a rectangular area. This is called a code cell. We write our instructions inside this box, and then we press the play button on the left to ask the computer to perform them. A computer instruction written in a programming language is called code. Now, you may be looking at this empty box and asking, what should we write here? Well, remember what I said at the beginning. We learn by doing. And because we want to build a chatbot, let's go back to the simple chatbot model we discussed earlier. The chatbot receives an input, processes it, and then produces an output. The output, in our example, was a sentence that we could read. So let's start with that part. How can we make the computer display some text? It is actually very simple. Click inside the empty code cell and type the following instruction exactly as you see it. Don't worry if this instruction looks strange at the moment. First, let's run it and see what happens. Then we will come back and understand every part of it. To run the code, click the small play button on the left side of the code cell. You can also run it by pressing Shift and Enter together on your keyboard. After you run it, you should see this sentence appear beneath the code cell. Why do you feel sad? Great! The computer followed our instruction and displayed the sentence on the screen. The sentence that appeared beneath the code cell is what we call the output of the program. Now, let's go back to the instruction we wrote and understand how it produced that output. To display text, we used the instruction print. Print tells Python, please display something on the screen. After print, we have an opening parenthesis and a closing parenthesis. The parentheses contain the thing that we want print to display. Inside the parentheses, we placed this sentence, why do you feel sad? You can see that the sentence is surrounded by quotation marks. The quotation marks tell Python, this is ordinary text. Do not treat it as another Python instruction. So when we pressed the play button, Python read the instruction, understood that we wanted it to display some text, and then showed that text beneath the code cell. When the computer runs and follows an instruction, we say that the instruction has been executed. So executed is just a technical way of saying that the computer followed the instruction we gave it. And that is your first working Python program. It is only one line, but do not underestimate what you have done. You wrote an instruction in a programming language, asked the computer to execute it, and received an output. That is programming. Our chatbot can now speak, but right now it is the only one speaking. A conversation cannot work if only one side is talking. So in the next video, we are going to teach our chatbot how to listen to the user, remember what the user typed, and use that information in its response. I will see you in part 2.